And we are back. Welcome back to Esso versus Erik, where it's time for the FA Cup quarter-final at Stamford Bridge. It is Chelsea against Manchester United. However, before we get into today's episode, it is time for the Champions League quarter-final draw. Thankfully, these matches aren't for a little bit of time, so we will have time to rest our players ahead of those massive quarter-finals. But let's see who we get in the Champions League quarter-final draw. Now, if we actually look at the teams in the draw, there are some favourable ties here. I certainly fancy us against Porto and Lens, and potentially even against the likes of Inter and Barca. I don't fancy us against PSG or Man City or Real Madrid, but we have just seen off Bayern Munich. So let's see what happens. We have got Real Madrid. Why is it taking so long? Against Man United. Oh my word. It just doesn't get any easier, does it? And we might as well skip the rest of the draw now. Put it on maximum speed. Man City against Lens. Of course, Man City get the easy draw. Paris Saint-Germain against Barcelona, which means it's going to be Porto-Inter. But what's the order? It is going to be Porto against Inter Milan. So it's a massive, massive tie in the Champions League quarter-final draw. Real Madrid against Manchester United. We're not going to have it our own way. We're going to have to do it the hard way once again. We'll look ahead to that in a few weeks' time on this series. But before that, let's get into that FA Cup quarter-final. But actually, before that, we had the semi-final draw as well. And should we actually see off Real Madrid, we will have Porto or Inter Milan in the semis. So I think if we can beat Real Madrid, we've actually got a shot at the Champions League final here. But remains to be seen. Let's get on with today's episode. So, this is the team we are going for. Fitness concerns over some of our key players, but we are still playing Rashford from the start. He's the only real one that is lacking full fitness for this one, that is actually starting. The likes of Luke Shaw, Casemiro are sadly going to miss out, but we've gone back to the 3-back for this match. It's going to be Onana in goal, Upamecano, Beraldo, Martinez, Dalot and Malacia in the wing-back positions, Mount and Bruno Fernandes in midfield. Ahmad comes back in for Anthony at right wing. Rashford, as we've said, continues on the left. And Rasmus Højlund will lead the line, as we said about in the last episode. I'm confident, even though we're away from home against a good side, that we can get the result here. We've still got fantastic options available to us from the bench as well. Let's get into it. And so for Chelsea, it is a 4-2-3-1. It is Robert Sanchez in goal, Reece James at right back, Trevor Chalobah and Colwill at centre back with Ben Chilwell at left back, Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo, the massive money midfield as the two holding midfielders. Madueke and Kunku and Mudryk will then be supporting Nicholas Jackson up front for Chelsea. Good sides, two very solid starting lineups. Let's get into the match. And it is Manchester United to get us underway. Mason Mount making a return to Stamford Bridge. Hopefully he can put in the sort of performance we spent so much money on him for. Diogo Dalot, should I say, immediately gets us on the front foot. And Ahmad finds Højlund! And 15 seconds on the clock. The ball's in the net, but the flag has gone up. I don't know who was offside. I mean, Højlund's got previous. The goal stands! Manchester United lead at Stamford Bridge. 16 seconds. The 3-back formation working immediately. You can see the space in behind. I don't even know when the offside could have even occurred. So, sorry, Lino, you've got that one completely wrong. Come on. Throw into Chelsea in their defensive third, and it's given away. Højlund's there again. Feeds it out to Dalot. Comes to Mount. Comes to Caicedo, and now there could be a Chelsea counter-attack. Given away to Upamecano though. Mount now. On to Ahmad. Goes for goal! And Sanchez, you have to use his entire 6'5" frame to keep that one out. Brilliant start this from United. Upamecano finds Dalot. We've got so much space in these wide areas. Chelsea are playing far too narrow in midfield. Dalot swings this one in. Rashford's round the back. And he gets there. And he heads it over. Missed opportunity in my opinion. But great building. Let's see if we can get this second. Well, first clip for a little while. We're 20 minutes in. Chelsea have managed to wrestle back some possession. And now it looks like we're going to see their first proper chance as Lavia goes for goal. And Onana grasps comfortably. The next clip will be starting with the ball at Andre Onana's hands. Martinez onto Bruno Fernandes. We're looking to build up from the back. It's dinked forward by Fernandes and given away. Now it's Nkunku. Driving at Mount. Driving past Mount. Nkunku sends it towards Madueke, who wins the header. And Chelsea are level. You've got to ask yourself how Martinez hasn't done better there. Mount was beaten initially, but I'd back my centre-back to win that header over a winger. Yeah, Mount lunges in, didn't get there. And Martinez, I mean, Madueke was with Malacia. Malacia left it for Martinez to go for it, but maybe a mix-up in communication, but that's a poor goal to concede, if I'm being honest. And now Chelsea look to capitalise further as Nkunku takes the free kick. He's hit the post. And Mason Mount clears. We've gone from a position of dominance to now hanging on. Throw in now to Chelsea. Chilwell onto Mudryk. Mudryk goes all the way back to Robert Sanchez. Now Chalobah. Into Caicedo. Through to Lavia. Chelsea have so many players forward. And one of them's Jackson. And it's 2-1. How can we have so many bodies and still have that many gaps in the defence? I mean, I spoke about how narrow Chelsea are, but I mean, Jackson's just run through Beraldo. Like, literally phases through him. And he's through on goal and he scores. It's horrible defending. I did think it was tight for offside. Nah, Malacia's playing them on. Arguably, Malacia are at fault for both goals here. And that is half-time. We remain 2-1 down, and it is frustrating because we had such a bright start to the game, getting the early goal and then continuing to apply pressure. But by the looks of it, maybe some mentality changes from Chelsea. They've not made any tactical changes, but they've wrestled back control. We still have more possession, but 8 shots to our 4, 4 on target to our 2. We have had 5 corners, so we're not capitalising on set pieces either, but definitely work to be done at half-time, and unfortunately it looks like Rashford, as we feared, is going to have to make way at half-time for the sake of pure fitness alone. So that's the only change I am going to make for now. It is going to be Rashford for Antony at half-time. I'm going to give it like 5-10 minutes, and if nothing happens from there, I will then switch back to our 4-3-3. Probably bring McTominay on or Mainu on in midfield and allow us to be a little bit more expansive, or match up Chelsea's 4-2-3-1 and push Bruno further forward because he's having a poor game as well. Let's see if this initial change makes some sort of impact. We've also gone more aggressive and more attacking in the tactics as well, but we'll see. First clip of the second half is another Chelsea throw-in as they continue to put pressure on us. We have the possession still, but we're not creating anything. But Antony nicks this. Away from Chalobah. Can he run at the defence? Drives at Reece James. Still Antony. Still Antony. Whips it back post towards Ahmad, but Sanchez is there, which suggests there's going to be more to this clip than just that. Thrown out towards Colwill. Back to Sanchez. Clip forward towards Lavia, but Fernandes is there. It comes to Rasmus Højlund. Højlund! 2-2. Game on at the bridge. A mistake from Chelsea, but hopefully this is the sort of change that will see us come back into this match. As it is now Chelsea who actually blink. And if I cover my face up quickly, you will see that Chelsea have now gone to a 3-back of their own. Another chance for United here, it seems. Antony has made a big impact since coming off the bench. He finds Malacia. Into Mason Mount. Onto Fernandes. Back to Beraldo. Good pressure. Onto Mount again. Through to Antony. Oh, he's hit the bar. I think Sanchez saved it. The flag's gone up anyway, but what a move. And Manchester United suddenly again look the better side. Free kick for Chelsea now, though. And Disasi's there, and now he hits the post. It's all happening at Stamford Bridge right now. So it is the tactical change I spoke about. I am going to the 4-2-3-1. Eriksen's going to come on for Bruno because despite him playing very well, his legs are now starting to tire as well. So he needs to come off. Fresh legs on in Christian Eriksen. And Kobbie Mainoo will come on for Beraldo as we now switch to the back 4. And that leaves us a little bit more leg room to provide 2 more substitutions at the later stages of this game if we need them as well. Corner kick for Chelsea. Straight after the substitutions. Swung in by Chilwell. Away by Højlund. Comes to Nkunku. Chilwell's in acres of space. Finds Nkunku again. Christopher Nkunku, and Onana makes a massive save to keep the score at 2-2. Honestly, both sides are pushing hard to win this match. It could go either way. Another free kick to Chelsea. I think Nkunku's going to go for it, judging from the camera angle. He's already hit the woodwork once, and that one is well saved by Onana. When that graphic came up at the bottom, I thought he'd scored, but it was just a Chelsea substitution. Throw into United. Malacia finds Eriksen. He feeds Martinez. Martinez onto Mainu. Out to Upamecano. Trying to create the spaces in that Chelsea backline. Mount. Back to Upamecano. You can see how high Chelsea are. Their entire team is compact into such a small space. Martinez. Malacia. A ball in behind could kill them. And Eriksen finds Anthony in behind. Comes back round Reece James. Whipped in on the right foot. Ahmad's round the back! And it's straight at Robert Sanchez. Ahmad is about to come off. I'm actually going to make the changes right now. I'm going to take Ahmad off, move Anthony over to the other side, and put Martial on the left wing. And then I'm going to take Mason Mount off for Scott McTominay. But what a chance that was for Ahmad to get us back in front. And what a goal it would have been. But before the substitutions, there is still time for one more clip. It's Badiashile for Chelsea. Long raking ball towards Reece James. And there is space for the England winger. Whipped in. Martinez nearly directed it into his own net. Onana was out of goal. And it's going to be a Chelsea corner, which will then signal the changes, because obviously I've already programmed them in. You should never make changes on a set play. So this is a bit of a worry. Chilwell to Badiashile. And it's over. From the resulting goal kick, this could be interesting. Upamecano. Onto Scott McTominay. His first touch. Onto Eriksen. Given away, but Mainu keeps the attack alive. Boots it into Eriksen's arse. Comes to McTominay. Mainu. Onto Martial. This is his first touch. Martinez. Whoa, I thought he sold McTominay a bit short, but we keep it. Upamecano. We know something's coming. It's a long clip. You know what I say about these long clips. Anthony. Eriksen. Højlund for the hat-trick. Rasmus Højlund hits the post. I thought it was in. Cleared by Chilwell to Mudryk, and now Chelsea could be in behind, and Dalot has absolutely flattened him. That is going to be a yellow card. And it is a yellow card for Dalot, but Højlund was so close to the hat-trick there. Oh, this is the never-ending clip, because we're going straight on from the Chelsea free kick. Badiashile. Chalobah. Can we nick it, or will it be a chance for Chelsea? Chilwell into Mudryk. In behind is Mykhailo Mudryk. He looked offside. Comes to Nkunku, and he's missed the open goal. It was offside, thankfully. But my word. Into the final 5 minutes. I've done what I always do. Set us to very attacking. We will lose trying to win. Højlund, Anthony, Eriksen. Caicedo and Nkunku's in there, and Anthony strikes, and Sanchez parries it behind. It was a snapshot, and it almost found the bottom corner. Will there be a winner here? There's going to be 5 minutes of added time. I don't actually know if this goes to a replay or extra time. If it does go to extra time, my defence is absolutely shot to pieces, but there is going to be a chance here. But it might be a Chelsea one. Mudryk. Enzo Fernandez. Into Nicholas Jackson. Into Nkunku! And again Nkunku! But it's offside again. Unbelievable scenes here. And it is going to be extra time. Oh my word. My team is absolutely shot to pieces at the back. We're going to have to change the tactics to be more conservative, I think. So with my final change for extra time, I've put Reguilon on for Malacia. He was the most tired. You'll also see in the top right of the tactics screen, the intensity has been massively taken down. We need to preserve our defence, and hopefully we can still get ourselves a goal in extra time, but if it means going all the way to penalties, it means going all the way to penalties. First clip of extra time. It's Enzo Fernandez onto Konate. Out to Costinha. McTominay intervenes. It comes to Anthony. Christian Eriksen now. On to Kobbie Mainoo. It's a good run by Martial, and Højlund's in behind again! The flag's up again. Højlund thinks he's got his hat-trick. He's already had one goal given on VAR. Can he find another one here? No, he can't. It's ruled out on VAR. I'll tell you, that was tight. Oh, it's just his knee that goes a little bit offside. Unlucky. Goal kick to Manchester United. Onana on to Upamecano. Scott McTominay. Good run by the Scotsman. Finds Anthony, who's continued to be a danger since coming on the pitch for Rashford. Erik's another ball in behind to Højlund. He's hit the post again. But he was offside again. How many times has the woodwork been hit in this match? And that concludes the first half of extra time. Are we going all the way to penalties, or can one of these two sides nick a winner? I mean, Chelsea's still way dominant on the stats outside of just the possession. So we'll see. We've defended very well. Let's see if we can hold out. Free kick to United. It's going to be Anthony. It's straight into the wall. It's Martial on the volley. Oh, what a goal that would have been. I've made one slight tactical tweak. I've gone back to the out-and-out 4-3-3. Eriksen and Mainoo will now play together with McTominay holding. Corner kick to Chelsea. 2 minutes left. McTominay's header clear. Enzo Fernandez to Disasi. It's blocked by Upamecano. Cleared by Højlund. What a vital block. We're into the final minute. There is 1 minute added on, or it's going to penalties. It's Nkunku. It's out wide to Reece James. Into Costinha. Back out to James. It's out for a throw-in. Poor from Chelsea. Why are we even seeing this clip then? Are we destined to have one last final chance? Lisandro Martinez onto McTominay. We scored after 16 seconds. Can we score with 16 seconds left? Mainoo. Anthony. Dalot. Tries to send it long, but it comes to Costinha, and it's going to be a Chelsea chance, is it? No, Upamecano's there once again. Dalot. Gallagher intervenes. It's Chilwell. It's now or never for Chelsea. Dalot. Mainoo. Is there time? Kobbie Mainoo drives through midfield. There isn't time. We're going to a penalty shootout, and I have to choose the order. Nkunku is up first for Chelsea. Can I change the camera angle? Is that an option? Yeah. This is the camera angle we want for this. It's going to be Nkunku. And it's 1-0 to Chelsea. Christian Eriksen for United. And Sanchez saves. Eriksen went down the middle and Sanchez held his nerve. And United are on the back foot again. Enzo Fernandez now versus Onana. Oh, what a penalty from Fernandez. Now it's Martial. Normally so cold from the spot. Martial does score and it's 2-1, so he keeps us in it. But we need a bit of heroics from Onana. Hopefully he can deny Costinha here. Costinha! 3-1 to Chelsea. It's must score once again for United. And it is now the turn of Scott McTominay. Doesn't even look at the ball. Goes straight in. Scott McTominay down the middle. It's 3-2. Come on, Onana. Who's it going to be for Chelsea? Reece James. He's got no stamina left whatsoever, Reece James. He can barely jog up to the penalty spot. Reece James scores for Chelsea. So now it is literally must score for Manchester United. We have to score, save, then score. Otherwise, this game is over. It's going to be Rasmus Højlund. He's already scored 2. He's been denied by VAR a third. He's hit the post. He's hit the woodwork twice, I think. But now he simply has to score, or Manchester United are out of the FA Cup. It's Rasmus Højlund does score, which puts the pressure back on Chelsea. Their final penalty taker is going to be Kanate. He knows that all he has to do is put the ball in the back of the net, and Chelsea are on their way to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final. Onana simply has to save it or hope that Konate puts it wide. Here comes Konate. And he scores. And the FA Cup dream is over. It will not be a cup run in both domestic cup competitions for us. We put up a good fight. And look, ultimately at the end of the day, you look at the stats, Chelsea were the better team. But it's disappointing. It's our first major disappointment of this series. We're doing well in the league. We won the Carabao Cup. We're in the Champions League quarterfinals. But we've fallen at the quarterfinal stages of the FA Cup. We gave it our all, but it wasn't enough in the end. Thank you very much for watching as always. I'll see you in the next one.